The battle may be over, but the arguments are not. Welcome back to another wrap-up episode of Who Would Win Masters. Today we're breaking down the aftermath of our latest battle, Spy vs. Spy, a fight between golden guns and cardboard boxes, Stealth and Suave, MI6, and Foxhound. We're opening the vote totals, diving into your takes, and pulling straight from the Discord and other social media to get your comments on how this fight really played out. I'm Sam Proof on all the socials, and when we asked you who would win in the battle of Solid Snake versus James Bond, the decision didn't end with that episode. It carried straight into our Patreon, and you had a lot to say. But before we get to those final numbers, the man, the legend, the myth, I ate a whole lot of sushi and didn't have time to write any snarky comments to bring him in, so I'll just make fun of his shirt yet again. Ray Stakenas! Wow.
I'll have
is
you know
right.
That's correct. Hashtag Ray is right. Hashtag I look forward to seeing this vote because it's been back and forth.
It's been crazy.
It's been like the most electric Patreon poll we've ever done.
Yeah.
And thank you to everybody who took the time to vote and all our new members.
It's the closest we've ever seen. It's the most votes we've had and the most comments. It is this is one to beat. This is one to write down in the books, the history books.
Absolutely.
That's
Unless I don't win, in which case it's one to forget.
Scrubbed from the internet.
As far as I'm concerned, yes. But I'm feeling good. I'll have you know that this shirt, I busted out this shirt, very special. I don't wear it very often because it's older and most of the buttons have fallen off of it. But that's why I'm wearing a t-shirt underneath it. Like I didn't really want, you all don't deserve that much sexiness. We're on Patreon, not OnlyFans. And what I'm trying to say is that this shirt was voted ugliest Hawaiian shirt on a company retreat. So look, it
does look
points.
Like what I just ate. So there is that. Got the
tuna,
the
it'll only look like what
all
you just ate if something went terribly, terribly wrong.
Into my stomach. If you go, you put a camera right down there. All right.
We might need to blur it for the videos that come out of this episode because it is an upsetting shirt. This is hidden away in my closet where my family members will refuse to look at it. They don't want to be around me at any time. They say, you have to get rid of it. And I didn't get rid of it. Wow. It's here today.
That's a thing. Also here today, living it up in our live chat, which you could do if you were a member of the Patreon, free or paid. Matthew Dawson and Guardian, thank you for joining us live. Matthew says, it looks like what Predator would see at a rave.
I mean, that's true.
That's fair. That's fair.
That is a fact. Yes, and we're excited to have all y'all here in the chat. You know, we don't have a uniform time or day necessarily that we do these wrap-ups. We try to give you advance notice when we can. Come if you can. It is a fun time to be a part of it. You get to be part of the show and see the magic happen live. See every single time that me and Sam say something and then have to start over again. Granted, half of that gets in the show anyway, but that's not the point I'm trying to make.
Right. And every cat meow. So enjoy that.
Every cat meow, guaranteed.
100%.
We can't bleep them here.
Yeah. Does Riverside take care of that? Does it have a cat meow filter?
I'll be honest, I haven't checked, but I hope not. I hope not. But we got a lot of stuff to get to today.
Oh my God,
let's jump
so
straight to reviews.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's scroll down here. Okay, this first review comes from copyrighted issue 2.
Hello.
Titled A Simple Word That Could Solve Many Problems. Foot. That's literally it. Okay.
I'll be honest, I read this review. I had to read it like 3 or 4 times. I did not understand it.
Yeah, it's a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles thing, isn't it? It's the foot.
I have no clue. A simple word that can solve many problems. Foot. That's literally it. Is this a thing like if I read it like backwards, it's like a poem?
Toof.
I don't know.
Oh, is it a haiku? That can solve many problems. Foot would have to be 7 syllables. Foot. That's literally it. No, that's 6. Oh, well.
That doesn't work at all. That's the worst haiku I've ever heard of. But
back to somebody named Copyrighted Issues. You need to go back to haiku school.
Oh, boy. Yeah, no, look, thank you for the review, first and foremost. We always appreciate it. I didn't get it. So if the goal was to confuse me, you did it. So great job there.
Uh,
We'd love to get, we are very, very close. You know, I believe we're sitting over 1,100,
wow.
somewhere in the middle 1100s, like 1159 or something like that. I would love to see us get to 1,200 reviews. That's 1,200
Wow. Yeah.
individual reviews. And that's like
Yes.
40 some odd from where we are right now. So if you're listening to this at home and you have not given us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts, we could really use it. We would absolutely appreciate it. And I would like to see us get to 1,200 by summertime. That's my goal. So that's about 3 months to get like 41 reviews. It doesn't seem
That
impossible as far
seems
as I'm
easily
concerned.
done.
Let's
Yeah.
get those reviews on there and we'll have a party at 1,200.
All right.
I'll wear this shirt with no undershirt on.
Wow.
If you don't do it, that's what I will do.
Yeah. That's right. That makes more
So
sense.
we have another review. This is another refresh. It's from Mr. Squirrel 2099. We appreciate you. It's called Metal Gear Snake. And it says, having only interacted with Snake through Smash Brothers, I
Oh,
came in with very little expectations.
Yeah.
However, just hearing about the random fun fact, Snake seems like a character I need to check out. I would also like to see Batman Beyond versus Spider-Man 2099. That's
Oh,
pretty
sure.
good.
That's good.
Great show. Always glad to hear different accents on the show. Hashtag cardboard box. Hashtag more Sam's decision song, please.
Nice.
We get a lot. This is the meme that keeps on memeing. Where is the Sam's decision t-shirt? That's what I want to know. We got to get
I'm
one
working on
made.
it. I am working on it. I have some ideas.
Are you? Because I was going to say,
Yeah.
we you know,
I mean, if you wanna
Fiverr
go
is a
in-
beautiful place for artists.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe we'll do that.
I mean, we better take advantage of this thing while the iron's still hot, while people still love it. And then I'll follow up with an email song t-shirt and no one will buy it.
But we do have new
I
designs.
have made
up on our,
decisions for the
merch
old
chart.
Who Would Win show. I made designs and had worked with artists and done the whole thing and put them on. And they were so deeply unpopular that literally no one bought them. I spent my money. I spent my own money to make these things. And then literally nobody bought it. And I could not be, I'm talking specifically about the what is it? The Infinite Mass Punch. I got a design on a t-shirt made for the Infinite Mass Punch because it was such a meme with the show. And maybe people were over it by the time I made the t-shirt. It's still in the store. Somebody please buy it. That's all I'm going to say. Whowouldwinstore.com. I spent more than I should have to get that professionally made. And yet nobody cared. Sometimes art is pain.
Fair enough.
And Matthew, no, I didn't buy that one myself, but I liked it. I bought the terrible t-shirt, the one that the Russian guy gave me that was nothing like what I asked for. And
Gritty.
it's if you know the terrible t-shirt, I do own that one, but that's for the old show, so I don't really wear it. Maybe I'll wear it for one of these sometimes, just as a throwback fun. It's an iconic shirt. Anybody who bought it, I actually, not only did I buy it as a shirt, I have it as a magnet on my fridge here, back here. That's how iconic that design is. Not available anymore. That was it. Unless people really ask, in which case I'll consider it.
Yeah, if they beg.
The likenesses are so poor, I'm not even sure I could get in trouble for it.
Okay. Yeah. Let's move on. I know we have a ton of stuff to get through tonight.
We do. Listen, I'm bloviating. Don't mind me. I did, Sam, and I see it here on the rundown. Gaming with Ray. Game with Ray. I have made some videos of me playing horror slot video games. We've got 2 of them on the Patreon right now, available to all members, free and paid.
Wow.
And the first one, I'm playing The Cabin Factory, as suggested by one of our patrons. And then I played something called The Exit 8, which is like a sublime, weird, unnerving game. Nothing really jumps out at you, but it is a horror game, that word. And you know what I'm trying to say, even if I don't.
Google AdSense, got it.
It's fine. And ostensibly, that's the word I'm trying to say. Listen, people, I've been hitting the head a lot. The point I'm trying to make in all of this, words are hard. Thank you, Matthew Dawson. I appreciate that.
That should be a shirt.
That should easily be a shirt. Look, we're going to take some shirts. Look, here's the deal. I'm going to say it right now. Shirt designs. Send us your ideas for shirt designs. If you're a budding artist or even a sketch, send them to us. Connect to us, link to us, email whowouldwinmasters@gmail.com your designs, and maybe we'll take it and run with it and put it in the store and buy you one. I don't know. We do crazy things like that. The point I'm trying to make is gaming with Ray. Game with Ray. I had this thing. I made a little logo called Game with Ray. I was like, what a great name.
Yeah.
I'm going to make this. Maybe I'm going to make a new channel called Game with Ray and sort of like pair it with the Who Would Win Masters YouTube channel because algorithms don't like it when you do all kinds of different things, right? And then I found out today, literally this morning, when I actually looked into it, somebody already has on, let's see, YouTube and on Twitch TV, Game with Ray. And it's a guy who's like a Christian video game player who plays for the Lord. And he made his channel about 9 years ago and has like one video. And he stopped 9 years ago, but now is sitting on it forever, so I'll never get it. So I got to come up with a new name.
You can put those on the YouTube channel for Who Would Win. I think that's fine. As far as a name, you could just be Who Would Play. No? I don't know.
Who would play? I mean, look, we're going to take suggestions for that, too. I just want to talk about it. Yeah. Game with Ray is a great name, and I already made a logo. And now Rayming. That feels too close to something I don't want to deal with.
Yeah, I think you get some kind of strike on your channel for Rayming.
I don't know. It doesn't. It's
at least a warning.
It's too close to being uncomfortable. I'll tell you that right now because I'm uncomfortable just thinking about it.
I didn't like saying it out loud.
Who would play with Ray?
With
it is.
Ray. Yeah,
who would play with Ray? Yeah, a lot of the things I'm playing are solo games.
Who would play with Ray is good. Yeah,
nobody. No, I play only solo games. So sorry about that. Maybe we'll bring in some guests sometime. I did talk to somebody about that. It's a different story. Anyway, we will accept your ideas for names. You can send it on Threads, on Instagram. You could email the Patreon, the Discord especially. Go to our Discord, and we'll take all your pictures and suggestions. I just wanted to put that on the record that if you haven't checked out my gaming videos, I'd love you to, because I made a couple of them. I made a third one, actually, of me playing another game that's going to go up this upcoming weekend. We're going to try to put them up as a reasonable cadence. But that's what's going on with that. And if any feedback you have about it, any games you want to see, anything you like or don't like, we're still figuring this out. So if there's stuff you want to see or don't want to see, by all means, I'll happily take your feedback. Thank you. Thank you for your attention on this matter.
And you're going to do a Final Girl stream. Any updates on when that might happen?
That is correct. I have all the pieces I need. I have a bunch of cameras set up. I've done a little test run, and it works, and it's good. And I will be also, not only do I be doing horror slot video games, I'll be playing Final Girl, the solo scary board game based on, AJ Porfirio, who was here on the show before a few times, but this one especially. He made it. That's his company, Van Ryder Games. It's one of the best board games in the world, and I will be playing it on stream, if you will. I'll be making videos, and we'll be putting those on Patreon as well. So get looking for that.
All right. And if that's too much for you, I will play Happy Little Dinosaurs just to balance the she.
Yeah, we've got Sam on Cozy Games and me on Horror Slop. It's going to be great.
Sure. All right.
He's going to be playing Farmville for 17 hours as a charity marathon.
I will guarantee I will never do that.
Oh, all right. Well, I tried to make it happen. Sorry, charity. Sam doesn't care enough.
I guess if that's really what people will want. I've never played Farmville in my life. Gardenscapes, that's the go-to. You got to crush that Gardenscape.
Got to get to level 100,000. It's a big level. One day.
Wow.
Anyway,
let's move on.
We've got to talk about the polls.
The polls.
We got 2 polls here to talk about. Sam, you've got the information in front of you. I haven't seen the final numbers. I'm nervous, but we're going to see what's going on here. Oh, let me see if I can actually get some sound effects working. You know that I can never do this right. Here we go.
All right. Well, let's set this up first. We're going to do the Mortalverse poll, this is not the official poll. This is the Mortalverse Discord server poll. They do this before all of the information comes out, before the episode drops. They don't know. There's just throwing darts at a blank board, hoping they hit something, right? That's what's good. Matthew's in the chat to verify that. But this is the results from the unofficial Mortalverse poll first. So drum roll on that. There we go. With a 67% share of the total vote from the Mortalverse pollers, Solid Snake takes it. 33% James Bond. There we go. Yeah,
in the spirit of the Oscars, we've imported the Oscars audience to the studio today. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Leo. Thank you.
All right. Matthew Dawson says it's educated guess. Yeah.
I mean, that's
about
what a
right.
smart person would vote.
All
This
right,
is the part
now
I'm a little more nervous about, though.
okay, now this has been sent to us in a sealed envelope, but I know the Patreon is still going. Do we wanna take this from the envelope, or do we wanna go to the source, or both?
I mean, are they two different numbers? Now you've
I
got me
am
nervous. I don't
I
know.
am I am able to see some things that are different, yes.
Oh
I'm gonna
dear.
read what's on
Okay.
the sheet. We're gonna read what's on the sheet, and then I'll look to the live poll. All right. So it's gonna be a double drum roll? No, we'll just do it.
I'll do
Okay.
one drum roll right here. Okay, here we go. Here we go.
All right, for the official poll from Who Would Win Masters. Closest poll we've ever had with 53% of the vote. James Bond and his golden gun takes it. 47% going to Solid Snake.
Wow. Now these numbers were pulled about an hour ago, half hour ago?
Yeah.
Something to that effect.
As of right now, if you go, I'm going to refresh my page just in case, to the official Patreon poll. Yeah.
I believe the Patreon poll was originally set to end sometime around 7:30 p.m. Pacific time, because originally we were going to record this at 8 and it would be done at that time.
Got it. It has 2 minutes left to go is what it says.
Okay.
It is 7:27 right now.
Hold on a sec, because we want to get the official final number as it occurs. We could surely just talk about something for 2 minutes.
For 2
while
minutes.
we wait for this thing to happen. Because I do want to talk about the final girl for just a second. And I know this is going to be infuriating, but you people at home, we want to make sure we have the final numbers. And the fact that it might be something different than 53-47, please, if you're watching this live, go in and vote for Solid Snake. I might need every vote I get right now.
Wow.
I'm stalling for you, the people. But what I would say
I
here
think the two
is
people
that
in the chat have voted already.
well, that's too bad. Change it. Vote for me. What are we doing? The Final Girl. It's a horror board game where you play as the final girl in a horror feature film type scenario. And they've made supplements. They call them feature films, but they're like expansions. What do they call those in D&D? Modules. They have those for a bunch of different styles of horror film. And what makes Final Girl great is that each box set comes with a killer, a location that they would be known to be at, and then a couple different final girls that you could play as that have different powers and abilities and what have you. So it's a very different game, but what makes the game really exciting is that now they're in season 4. They're finishing the Kickstarter for season 4 right now. Is that with over I think I'm nearly about 25 different sets now, you can mix and match them. So any killer can fight in any location against any final girl from any of the box sets. They've even released extra character final girls just on their own, like special bonus ones. And I have some of those as well. I try to stay on top of it all because I'm a degenerate for this game. That's what I'm trying to say. And so all of this put together is I want to play Final Girl. Those of you who know the game, those of you who might have an interest in the game, definitely. I'm not going to be doing like a teaching kind of a stream. I'm going to just be playing the game. I might explain some rules as we go, but don't watch me to quote unquote learn the game. Come to me for the vibes, because I have a blast playing this game, and I think you'll have a blast hanging out and watching me play as well. It's just a really, really fun experience where anything can happen, and it often does, typically resulting in me making a stupid decision and getting killed. That is how I do it right there.
Wow. All right.
So
anyway, you almost vamped long enough. I think we have 30 seconds left.
Oh, okay. Well, then real quick, one more thing. I think my very first video I'm going to do, the very first box set. Everybody does this one, but this is a good introduction if you've never seen the game before. And this would be the box set that's based off of Friday the 13th, right? We just had our movie night. We'll talk about that a little bit because it was actually Friday the 13th. Hans the Butcher is the Jason Voorhees equivalent. He wears a pig mask. He carries a sledgehammer, and he's assaulting Camp Happy Trails. Camp Happy Trails would be the Camp Crystal Lake equivalent. And you're fighting as some of the camp, not the campers. You're fighting as the people who run the camp, counselors. So you have Lori, and you have, oh my gosh, I'm blanking on the other lady's name, and I feel very terrible about it. But Lori's the one I always play as, so that's why I remember that one. Kasumi, something like that. Oh my God, I'm the worst in the world. Anyway,
well, that's fine.
It's a great game, and I hope y'all come along and check it out when I do post it.
Nice. Yeah, I'm excited to see that. All right. The poll has officially closed. We
Oh
have
boy, hold on. Let me get the drum roll.
34 votes. I don't know if you're going to want to do a drum roll for this. I feel that builds it up too much.
Oh. Look, it's the most voters we've ever had as we build this thing from the ground up, and it's by a lot.
Twice as many, if not more, than most of the polls on our Patreon have gotten.
That's what I'm saying. Right. People showed it up, and I want you to keep showing up. That's what I'm talking about. Look, we understood what was going on when we rebuilt a Patreon, a stream, a show, and we did it all from scratch. We knew that there was going to be some early climbing, and it seems like, hey, every step is a step forward. So here's our drum roll. Let's get to it.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, the definitive winner of James Bond for a Solid Snake is a tie. It is a complete 50-50.
No. Are you kidding me?
Not at all.
I guess we get clapping for that. The most votes ever in history.
Yeah.
And it's a tie.
The people are conflicted on this one.
Wow.
Do we take a second go of it? Do we open it up to
I think that's
something else? That's it.
The people had a chance to vote. Literally, every single person at home who had a chance to vote and chose not to.
You missed it.
You could have decided this poll. Any one of you.
Vote,
wow.
What could I do? I'm throwing my vote away. No, you have.
You are absolutely not. That every vote is important on these things, and I am blown away.
Amazing. It's funny because Ollie called this on the Discord. He was like, what happens if it's a tie? To which I simply replied, we shut down the podcast and start a dance troupe. I guess it's time to learn some dances.
Wow. Oh, okay. The chat Guardian in the chat suggests we do a rematch where I take Bond and Ollie takes Solid Snake.
A little switchy switch. Vice versa.
We might have to revisit this at some point in the future, but I've never even conceived of this before. So Sam voted for me. The people voted no vote whatsoever. They voted a draw. I will accept this victory on behalf of America.
Wow.
God bless the red, white, and blue. Patriotism has taken over this country, and we have finally, through a draw, defeated the UK once and for all. Is that Sam's decision the tiebreaker? I think we got two halves of the same puzzle. I think that's
I don't think that's what it is. Guardian says I'll allow it.
All right, I'll take it. I'll take it.
Let's move on. Let's get into
before we get into our comments, this is the time for our very special ad break. So we'll be right back right after this.
And we're back. It is time to get into the comments and see if we can't glean some more direction on this. Ray, I believe you're gonna take it.
I'm gonna open this one up.
Can
I tell you, one part of having a bunch of new people, like a very large number of new people join just in the last week is we got a bunch of new people who are commenting, and we're gonna read every single one of them. It was suggested that eventually we're gonna have to start like combing through and like do editing. Well, editing these down and not using all the comments. Then the other suggestion came about, what if the wrap-up was a 2-episode bonanza, like what WrestleMania became over multiple days? And I don't know. That feels like a lot to me. I think I'd rather cull your comments at a certain point.
Yeah, I mean, I think if we're getting enough that are unrelated to the episode, then maybe that would warrant a second thing.
Sure.
But yeah, if they're all on topic, then I think we keep them.
Because it feels like to make sure everybody gets heard.
Yeah. It feels like if there's more wrap-up episodes than battle episodes, that, I don't know, feels a little flimsy to me.
Seems a little crazy to me.
We'll see what we can do. Yeah.
I mean, maybe we cut down some of the comments so it's faster. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
We don't want to do that though. I want to read. We're in a stage right now as we're starting at the start. We want to read all your words. So here we go. Lynn Stein. Welcome, Lynn. Thank you. Says, I've been spending all week thinking about this, and I believe Snake has it. Me too. Bond is an infiltrator. Snake is a one-man army. Bond is great at blending in, charismatic enough to get people to give him information, and the best spy there is for it. Combat isn't his forte, though. Snake, on the other hand, is consistently dropped by himself in enemy territory to stealthily get through and eliminate everyone. He's a peak soldier and an invisible assassin all at once, making him too much for Bond to handle. Lynn Stein, I couldn't agree more.
Yeah, that's all good. All right. The next one comes to us from also, this is a new member, I believe. Frankie Eastham
Absolutely.
said, "Love this podcast, new patron." Well, there you go. Ray is awesome, and so is Sam. Well, there you go.
Well, I
All
like this
right.
person already.
Bond one for me. Well, I'm sorry, Ray.
Oh, I liked
By
him
the
for a
way,
moment ago.
there you go. You were into it. Bond one for me, by the way, but oh boy, it was close. Clearly,
Clearly.
I think in the context of the show, Bond's feats scale higher. Like Ollie said, Snake gets a lot of outside help. I'm all up for the international version of this show, of course.
I'm telling you, we need somebody from
yeah.
Canada at the very least. We got the UK. I'd love to get somebody from like Scotland. I'd love to get somebody
Oh,
from
yeah.
Wales. Let's get Australia. I want more than anything in the world to have somebody debate me from Australia. I am a big fan of the country. I am a big fan of the
Yeah.
people. I have never met somebody from Australia that I didn't absolutely love. And I just
That's
want to
fair.
say right
That's
now,
true.
Australia, I'm calling you out. I'm calling you out again. I've done it before. I'll do it again. Who would win masters at gmail.com. Drop your 1-minute video demo in there. Let's make this happen. I'm ready to defeat the world, and I want Australia next. I'll take someone else,
Just
but I want
do it,
Australia next.
No?
That's right.
Right.
All right. Wes Holt with the next comment. He says, hate to have to vote against Ray for my first time.
Ooh.
Then don't. But I have to take issue. What I have to take issue with is the dart gun. Is it really part of Snake's regular arsenal? He's had it in only like 1.5 games. I'm a huge Metal Gear fan, and I do think this is a close fight. It pains me to vote against Ray and Snake, but I think James Bond sneaks it. The man made some compelling arguments. Sorry, Ray. Apology not accepted, Wes.
Wow.
Had you voted for me, I would have won both. What a sad state of affairs.
All right. I'm gonna have to see some
But I mean,
statistics on that dart
you're
gun,
allowed.
because I do believe that made some points for me for sure.
Dart gun's very popular, not just used by Snake, but it's used in most of the game. I think all the games in the series.
Okay. Right.
So I think we're splitting hairs here.
William Schmidt says Ollie did a fantastic job representing Bond and an even better job countering Ray's points. Bond has taken out superhuman level opponents before. Jaws, Grace Jones, Rutger Hauer. He actually just fought those actors? That's horrible. He should just stick to fictional characters.
Wow.
The 80s were so good. Based on the points made, the gadgets he brings to the table, the history of luck he's had in combat, I had to give it to Bond. All right.
You know, this is confusing to me. They says he fought Jaws, but I
The
don't
shark,
remember him ever
right?
attacking a shark. I don't ever remember him doing that.
But clearly, if he's fighting Grace Jones and Rutger Hauer, we're talking about the shark.
I mean, I would assume so, yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Or wait, was the actor who played the shark the actual enemy in the Bond film? I get a little confused. There's a lot of movies to get through. I don't know.
It's true. At
I
least
don't know.
8.
We got Ken Bjorn Turner, friend of the show, who says Snake has a better load right. Snake has a better loadout right off the start.
Thank you.
I had to read that twice. James Bond does have better toys, but there are always new items given to him by Q, which means prep time. There is no prep time in Who Would Win Masters. Also, I find it amusing. Ray was all, no time to set claymores in the Imhotep versus Sam Fisher battle as a defense. But in this battle, he's all like, he'll just set claymores and bombs and ... Well, Ken, first off, thank you. Snake does win this battle. What I would say right now is you have to understand that against the Mummy, setting claymores seems nearly impossible. But against somebody like James Bond, it seems very likely. That's just a thing that Snake does in the middle of combat. And we've seen it all before. Hashtag Ray is right. I will talk about this.
Plus, they're just getting into it, and Bond's still like shaking one off from that last martini. So yeah, he has a little bit of time. He's like, I'll throw this down.
I mean, it works. This all works.
Yeah.
Look, who's next on the list?
Guardian, who in the chat just now said, I did notice that about the claymores. All right. Great battle.
Don't worry about that.
I kind of leaned towards Snake going into this because of his tech advantage and felt that carried through. There's a lot to love with Bond, and the guest debater was excellent. Bond has so many cool toys and feats, but Snake matches and exceeds each one pretty cleanly. I could definitely see Snake using a tranquilizer to knock out Bond, and then they have a conversation and team up, but Snake takes the initial encounter. Yeah.
Yeah,
That is
absolutely.
fairly the way I saw it as well. Yeah.
Yeah, I think absolutely Snake takes the initial
Yeah.
encounter. Thank you, Guardian, and thank you for
They
your
hop in a
support.
cardboard box, go get some martinis, and they're off
And there it is.
to whatever.
That's right. Well, Forbidden Mob, deep friend of the show, Forbidden Mob, thank you for being here. He says, Snake, Snake, Snake! You won.
Oof.
Exciting. Outstanding episode, gentlemen. Both fighters were repped excellently. Bond is a classy spy who could take on nearly any threat. Snake is a stealth god, able to destroy weapons of mass destruction mecha
Yeah.
style and defeats fantastical threats in between smoke breaks. The CQC, deadlier opponents, nanobots, and weapons sealed the deal for me. Bond is great, but Snake is a step above in all ways except Bond is a better dresser, gambler, and ladies' man. All of that is true.
That's true.
Still, this one was super close. One of the most competitive episodes of the year, clearly. This year's episode just got better and better. Yes. Thank you,
Right.
everybody.
Yeah.
I agree. And William Schmidt, you just missed your own comment. Thank you for joining our chat.
Hey, there he is. Why is it always snakes? Listen, I just got back from the Antelope Valley poppy fields, and there were too many signs warning me about snakes to feel good about any time that we've mentioned the word snake right now. I'm having some PTSD.
It is. And
But yes.
Lord Snurts, thank you for joining as well.
Hey, all right. It's a party in the live chat.
There always should be.
It is. Yeah, it should be. Yeah. I think, if this was a battle to see who could get more dates, this goes a very different way. But no, this is a battle to at least incapacitation. All right.
All of this is accurate.
Yeah. Next up, I hope I say this right. Lena Liddy says,
That sounds
it looks like the words that are there. As much as I love Ray and Snake, I think Ollie brought the heat. Best episode I've heard in ages, and I've been listening since the start. Not the biggest James Bond fan, but Ollie persuaded me. Nice.
Hey,
yeah,
I appreciate that we keep getting better and better. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I honestly was a little shocked because we had just done, Sam Fisher and Imhotep, and I was like, this feels like a nothing battle to me. And this got such an amazing response, and I was like, wow, I don't know what I'm talking about apparently, but I do. Clearly, I should still be here.
Yeah, the people really connected with this matchup, and I think it really did help that Ollie, a once and future gamer, absolutely brought the heat. He brought the heat. He came fully prepared. He was calling me out for missteps on my part, which we'll get to a little bit later. I do want to talk about that a little bit more.
Yeah, one of the best counterpoints ever. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and Ollie might be joining us. I'm not 100% sure. We expected him here, but we have not seen him yet. But hopefully he shows up.
Early for him in the day.
We'll get Ollie one way or the other. We'll get Ollie's comments on the show. That's what I'll say about that. We got Johnny B. Johnny B's comment here. He says, loved this battle. Bond for me. He requires less outside interference than Snake. Plus the man beat a god. What's the story behind that? I didn't pick up on the man beating a god.
Hang on. Let's do it.
He absolutely, I mean, I believe him. I don't think Ollie's lying to us, but I don't know that particular movie or storyline where he was fighting literal gods. Like
it's the
I know
voodoo
Big Trouble
god.
in Little China. A voodoo god. Okay.
It's the Baron Samedi.
Oh, Baron Samedi.
Samedi. Is that it?
Does that
what
count?
came up in the Google. It says he's master of the dead.
Well, okay, so he's a necromancer. I mean, a voodoo priest. Voodoo priests are not gods. I'm a little iffy on this point. Now that I know a little bit more.
That feels like a self-titled, god where he self-declared himself.
I mean,
his
anybody who's seen the great John Woo movie Hard Boiled says give Tequila, played by Chow Yun-fat, Officer Inspector Tequila. He says give a man a gun and he becomes Superman. Give him two, he becomes God. Does that mean that Tequila in Hard Boiled is a god? I don't think that that's the case.
This next one comes to us from Lord Snurts, who is in the live chat. Ollie and Bond wins because of the British accent alone. It adds a level of authenticity that Ray's bellowing can never match. Wow. Is this deflecting from the fact my chosen character lost? Probably. All right. Wow.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. And
Punching up
okay,
and
John
down. All right.
Shanks is next. Yeah, Ollie's working out some technical stuff.
All
I mean,
right.
he'll get
We'll see
one
if
way
it
or the
works
other. We'll
out.
get him. John Shanks says, "Sorry to go against my fellow Englishman and a proud Northerner like
Yeah.
myself to boot. I believe that Bond may win the long game. However,
Sure.
the formula often has him captured first and therefore likely incapacitated for 2 minutes or more and losing under who would win
That's fair.
rules."
That's an interesting
That's
point.
very fair.
Yeah. That is, yeah, it's a very good plot. Has the opposite of plot armor as has happened there, I believe. Snert says, I'm on the fence about the match, but still want to cheer for Bond. Okay. All right.
That's fair. Look, you don't have to make a final decision. You could change your mind at some point and vote for me. I mean, whatever
Yeah.
you feel like doing.
Yeah, you just write us and we'll do the math.
All paths are open.
Change the final vote. All right. What we got next up?
I got
Is this
Nate.
me or
No, Nate.
you?
Nate just.
You. I just read one. All
I'm
right.
not even sure anymore. I did John. Oh, I just did John Shanks. So you're
Yeah, it's
doing
me.
Nate.
Nate.
There we go.
Also a newer, remember, right? Nate says
That's
Ray
right.
used the fact that Bond would come in drunk off of martinis and hitting on all the women as a negative. He would do all of that and still win this battle. Hashtag Ollie obliterates. All right.
I think hashtag Ollie obliterates is just a good hashtag.
It
Any
is a good
way you
hashtag.
slice it.
Sure.
If I could be honest with you. Yeah. So let's see. Ollie, are you with us with sound this time? We don't know. This is going to be amazing. This is going to be a waiting for Godot situation where we think we have Ollie and then the technical side gets in our way.
And then we find
We'll
out that
get him when
Ollie
we
was
can
in
get
our
him.
hearts after all the whole time.
Ollie was the friends we made along the way.
Right, that's right.
Copyrighted issue said, Snake wins. Sorry, Ollie, but Bond would get wrecked. No offense.
Wow. Okay. That is, yeah. Straight and to the point. Thank you, copyrighted issues. That makes up for that review earlier. Eric Hiding, you got to put this big long one after that super short one? I see how it is.
Yeah, I'm doing it for you. I'm doing it for you, Sam.
All right. This was a good battle overall. There was a lot of information that came out. With that said, I still think Snake wins. There wasn't much said about his enhancements and how Bond would get over them. Also, Snake is great at sneak attacks or sneak attacks. It's his thing. We see proof that Bond isn't very good at detecting that. At the very end of GoldenEye, there's no commas, just periods, so I'm reading it that way. When Bond is helping his lady friend with something in her throat, keeping it PG, that just put it over the edge. There was an entire military squad hiding, disguised as grass. We sure that's not an issue of the tick? It's disguised as grass all around him that he didn't know was there. I do have to give it to our guest for calling out Ray on his misinformation. Yeah, that was epic. That almost was enough to change my vote. It was like when he went up against Raptor Blue and said she was a lizard. Parenthetically, dinosaurs are birds. In the end, allegedly, Snake takes out Bond just like those headlights that are as bright as the sun takes out all of the people around them trying to drive. That just reminded me I wanted to do a fake ad for this one in which the producers...
Fake ad? What are you talking about, fake ads, Sam?
Mean,
all of those ads are very real.
A rebuttal ad from... anyway,
you.
go on. I'll do it some other time.
How dare you?
Cut that part.
How dare you? Those ads are very real, and we get real sponsorships from car batteries as bright as the sun.
Okay.
How dare you, sir? Impinge on the respect of this show.
All right.
I don't know words. Words are hard. We're making the shirt.
Is that a
words
word?
are hard. Don't worry about that.
Make the shirt impinge.
Impugn?
Maybe that's what you want.
I think I made up a word, y'all. Chat, is that word real?
Look,
Alex Ion. We got 2 more to go right here. Infringe, I don't know, Guardian. Look, it could be one of 50 different words, and I got a jumbled mess happening up in my head, so I don't know. Right. I don't know what's happening. Look, Alex Ion, I believe is another new patron. He says, woo, yeah. I made it in time. Yes. While I think Ollie stretched the truth a few times with some feats, Baron Samedi, yeah, we talked about that.
There you go.
The shooting of the rifle out of another sniper's hands, Ray made an interesting tactic of trying to claim the feats of 4 different characters, 3 snakes and Raiden. And all having been done by Solid Snake. I think Ollie took it. Just a beautiful episode.
Wow.
Wow. And now the most heat. We saved it for the last comment. So Sam,
That's right.
Mr. Matthew Dawson, who's here in chat right now.
Yeah, if I get
I
this
wanted to
wrong,
make
he's
sure
gonna
we
tell me.
put this one last because I will need to respond to it. I'll have a lot to say, quite honestly.
Matthew Dawson says, "It's been brought to my attention on the last wrap up that I've been too nice to Ray lately. So I feel I need to remedy that. Sorry, this is a long one." Yeah, you should apologize. Thank you in advance. Ollie brought it hard in his first time debate. I know nothing about either franchise outside of what I've heard in this 40-ish minute episode that I actually listened to twice in one morning because, as the poll indicates, it's that close. And let me say without a doubt that I think Bond takes this thing home. Similar to Sam Fisher last week, I think stealth based characters struggle on this show because without prep time, eventually you're going to have to meet face to face. Bond just has so many wacky gadgets compared to Snake, more streamlined tactical gear than that Bond has seen before. Snake would probably need a minute to figure out what he's up against when lasers start shooting out of watches. Also, is Ray just lying on points now? Good
This
on
is
Ollie for
outrageous.
calling that out because the very integrity of who would win Masters began to tilt into a very dark direction. The rules under 1 minute state that the character must be kept in character. Well, I guess Ray found a loophole because he just started repping a different character entirely. I'm calling for an immediate investigation into this episode, and I want to see Ray disqualified from winning this week for this behavior. Ask yourself, people, if Ollie isn't there to keep him in check next week, who will? That is
all right. First things
wow.
first. Matthew Dawson.
They are
Sour Grapes Matthew
and
Dawson in the
pitchforks.
chat and in the comments. I'm going to say right now, I made a bunch of notes. I over prepared for this one because I knew it was going to be a lot of heat. And I will say right now, I wrote down sniper battles because I know James Bond has some training and I know Solid Snake is better. And I was thinking specifically about the Sniper Wolf encounter from Metal Gear Solid 1. Indisputably, that is Solid Snake doing it. And then I had a couple other sniper points written down that I literally crossed off my notes because as doing it, I remembered that those were done in other games where it was like the reveal at the very end of the game that it wasn't actually Solid Snake, even though dude's like basically calling himself Solid Snake. The entire game acts like Solid Snake, fights like Solid Snake, for all intents and purposes, is Solid Snake. And then at the very end, they're like, oops, it wasn't. I'm Kojima. This is how I roll. And so in the moment, I said, aren't there a couple other sniper battles I could really use to make this point really even stronger? And so even though I crossed them off my notes because they were wrong, I went ahead and said them anyway. And again, I'll say it. Ollie correctly demolished me for saying that. And I am always trying to rep the characters as fairly as possible. You know me as the champion of fair play. Ollie, do you have any comments about this?
Did he make it? Is he here with us? It looks frozen.
I see him. I'm not hearing him. We got to get some mic situation sorted. Ollie, just start talking when you feel like it, and then we'll know you're there, and we'll start going. Ollie, you've been called to the stand by the defense, and he's backed out again. Look, this is a very much a Godot situation, and I am here for it.
All right.
I love me some absurdity. The technical side of these international battles is a little harder than usual.
It is. Why don't we throw to a break and see if we'll give Ollie one last minute to try and get in, and if he is, he is. If not, we'll just get him to send us a clip.
We'll figure it out one way or the other. He might be appearing on the show right now for all we know.
We'll see.
But here's a commercial break.
Give him.
We'll see. We'll cut this part out.
Yeah.
And see if we can get Ollie. He looks frozen. I can't hear him. The picture's not great. I'm wondering if he has like the wrong mic input set up. I want to get this right, though. Ollie, you're about to be held in contempt of court, unfortunately. So if ever they tried to make me do this, if ever there was going to be like I was on trial, but I had to do it over Zoom, I would absolutely just pretend to talk the whole time and just do not every single time and claim technical difficulties to the point where they have to declare a mistrial. That's my goal. That's my goal if ever faced against the system.
Yeah, that's right. All right, he's gone again. I think, William Schmidt and I have the same. He said the kitten face filter. That's what I was saying.
Yeah, I had that same. I had that. Once again, we all remember that video. And Sam, I want to give you props. The tick reference. The tick reference. I didn't miss out on that. That was an amazing ref, and I just want to give you full credit for it.
All right.
I picked up what you were putting down in that moment.
Excellent.
I missed the tick. We should do the tick on this show.
I would love to do a tick episode.
Absolutely.
That would be great. I'm highly biased, but we'll see.
Yeah, we did one for the original incarnation, but that was like season 1, maybe. The Tick versus Jessica Jones.
I have pockets. That's all right.
I have pockets.
Nice.
All right, let's go ahead and we'll read.
It's email time.
Hey, everybody, and welcome back. We'll get Ollie if and when we can. Maybe you already heard him. I will not talk about this any further. We're going to read an email right now, which means, guys, just bear with me, guys, for just one more time. Let's listen to the email song, see if you love it, see if it's a banger. And if you don't love it, if I don't get anybody giving me the email song hashtag afterwards, we'll cut it down. We'll make it less. But I really think this is the time, if you listen to the whole email song, that you will love it.
Let's hear from the community. Reading emails is our destiny. You've got a voice, you got something to say, and we're gonna read them, 'cause it's annoying to read. Now it's time to end this song before it gets to be way too long to do anymore. We'll just prolong this intro, which would be wrong. It's who would win Masters. Email time. It's who would win Masters. Email time.
I'm pretty sure you all love it now. If you didn't love it before, you love it now.
William Schmidt says, I'm not saying it's a bad song. It is well done, but way, way too long.
Way
as
too
it was
long.
meant to be, which is the issue.
See, but here's a counterpoint what Matthew Dawson said. I'm glad he ended the song before it got way too long, because that would be wrong. Yes, I agree. Anyway, Luke, our good friend Luke, fan of the show, friend of the show. We love us some Luke. We had a few different things. I condensed it. We got one email here I'm going to read. It says, James Bond versus Solid Snake. This battle deserves an S rank. Excellent.
Ooh,
I unfortunately haven't immersed myself in either of these franchises, but I have listened to a lot of James Bond songs. I'm especially partial to the song You Know My Name, partly because it actually reminds me of Shadow the Hedgehog. Okay? I haven't made that connection, but that's outstanding. Ray, you should use that as a walk-up song for who would win Masters, lol. Plus, Ray said all the details that convinced me and my buddies that Snake would most definitely win. We'll get you and your buddies on our Patreon. I need them votes. Partly because I wanted him to win. I used to play him in Super Smash Bros. All the time. No need to echo anything because Ray said all that was needed and then some. Listen to this battle. It's a blast. Are there people who listen to the wrap-up episodes and don't listen to the battles? It's fine if they do. That would be a little weird to me, though. Anyway, hashtag Ray is right. Hashtag Sam gets it.
Ooh,
hashtag Showtime with Snake. Hashtag Calling to the Night. Hashtag, you know it, Sam's Decision song.
Nice.
There it is. There it is. Let me say right now, as far as Bond songs goes, Live and Let Die is pretty iconic, pretty S tier. Yeah. And I am a big fan of A View to a Kill.
Yeah.
And we will dance into the fire. I mean, what a visual image.
Should we
Yeah, Duran Duran. It's my favorite one. Sam, do you have a favorite Bond song?
I mean, Live and Let Die is pretty epic. I don't know if it would take me a while to look some songs up to see if there's anything I think is even better than that, though. It's been a while since I've really given this any thought. But should we
It's
should
pretty
we
good.
put this question out there on the Discord?
I think so. Discord, we want to know. Sam's going to be writing that right now. What's
Yeah,
the
I'll
best
put that in
Bond
there.
song?
All
It's
right.
a Quantum of Solace. That's my favorite one, maybe. That's a real Amy Winehouse brought the heat for that one. It was incredible. Big fan. Now I will say right now, Luke also sent us. I forget exactly. He did
We have
a
more?
This Is Ray. Like This Is Sting. Like I was trying to hope that Sam would get, but because I didn't work it out with him ahead of time, he didn't know what I was talking about,
Okay.
which is going to happen. He actually recorded his own version of it, but
Oh.
it's an M4A. I think the one that the Macs or the Apple computers use.
Yeah.
And I could
okay.
not convert it no matter how hard I tried
Okay.
into a
I'll take a
usable
look at it.
format. I would like to play it. Maybe I'll figure this out after the episode and we'll put
I
post
should be able to do
credits.
it. I have all of the
Okay.
computers. Yeah.
All
I
right.
can do
I'll
it.
try to work it into this. I'll work it into the show at some point here, but he did. I just want to say I did appreciate that. It made me laugh.
Nice.
It's a good bit.
All right, Guardian's
But,
taking off from the live
Take us
chat
to the
tonight, Guardian.
Discord and
Let's
YouTube,
go.
Sam.
Yeah. Right now, let's go, guys. No, you can find the Discord
We're all
link
going there.
on the Patreon, and you can find our YouTube, youtube.com/@whowouldwinmasters, and we've got some awesome battle ideas that have been posted on both of those. Let's get into that. Is that where we were going
We
with
picked
this?
out our
Yeah.
favorite 3 here, and we're going to read them.
All right. Okay. Doesn't say who starts, so I guess I'll start this.
You start. Why not?
Okay. Poison Raina over on YouTube says, I don't do social media and don't know where else to contact you, so I'll leave it here. Orphan DC versus Snake Eyes and
Interesting.
Exo Man of War versus Black Beetle. Again, that's DC. I'm
That's
familiar
real
with
interesting.
half
I
of
don't
those
know.
characters.
Yeah. I know 3 of. Well, I don't know Black Beetle.
Okay.
Maybe they mean Blue Beetle, but they wrote Black
Okay.
Beetle. I'm not 100% sure.
Maybe. Yeah.
Exo
Blue
Man of War
Beetle
versus
makes
Blue
sense.
Beetle is actually an excellent battle.
That is
Exo Man of
interesting.
War, is from. Oh my gosh, we had a whole deal with them worked out before.
Oh,
They have
really?
absolutely wonderful comics. Yeah, Exo Man of War is boy, oh boy. I'm embarrassing myself.
Valiant.
Valiant.
Oh, right.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Say Viglant. Snurts. What is Viglant? I don't know what Viglant is. Valiant Comics. I'm a big fan of Valiant Comics, even if in the moment I cannot come up with the name. Exo Man of War is sort of like their like Iron Man equivalent, but he's much more powerful. And he's also a very interesting character. I actually have here on my shelf an Exo Man of War trade paperback that I was reading, and I really enjoyed it a lot. So if you have a chance to check out Valiant Comics, they're the people who made Deadshot. Not Deadshot. Oh my God, Bloodshot.
No?
I am a
don't
mess with words tonight.
That's the thing I
Bloodshot. That
know,
Vin
and now I
Diesel
don't.
movie.
Okay.
Bloodshot.
All right.
Yeah. But they made the comic books, which are actually very, very good. And Orphan versus Snake Eyes. I don't know much about Orphan, but
Yeah,
Snake
I
Eyes.
don't
You
know
think
that
we
one.
would ever do a G.I. Joe character on the Who Would Win Masters show, Sam Proof?
I mean, and of
Seems
all
unlikely.
the G.I. Joe characters, a blind dude? What? Seems mean, right? No?
Seems weird. Over here, Black Beetle's apparently a Blue Beetle villain. Come on, DC Comics, get your proof together.
I mean, I guess that
You
makes
got
sense.
Flash and like Reverse Flash, Blue Beetle versus Black Beetle. Is there like a Red Arrow that fought Green Arrow? The laziness is sometimes overwhelming.
Like, we'll just change the colors. It worked for the Green Lanterns.
My goodness.
Yeah.
But Snake Eyes.
Yeah,
I
the
love me some
whole-
Snake Eyes. Maybe
whole
we should think
world
about
out of
putting
there.
him on the show sometime.
No, he is probably my favorite because of the wolf.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true. Over on Knowing Is Half the Podcast, my other show, the G.I. Joe recap show and cartoon podcast, Mr. Robert Clark Chan has been loving pointing out how Snake Eyes loses a lot in the G.I. Joe Renegades cartoon series.
Wow.
Very interesting. And according to Matthew Dawson, Red Arrow is actually Green Arrow's sidekick. Do not tell me that's true. I'm going to be so mad if that's real. Is that for real? Is that Stop it, DC. I will not give it a Google. I would like to not know that happened and pretend like I just made that up off the top of my head. Apparently, I could have been a great comic book writer in the 1960s. Oh my goodness. Anyway, Ollie Lowe, who may or may not be with us today, he keeps trying, gave us Yoda versus Deathstroke. Yoda
Right.
versus Deathstroke, which I find
That feels
very, very interesting.
it does. I mean, I feel like that's a Yoda win, but I'm interested.
Yeah, Deathstroke
I
did
think some
defeat like
stuff
the
to
entire
hear.
Justice League before, but
Yeah,
with prep time.
right, sure. It's
But he
definitely
is naturally
interesting.
talented. I could see Deathstroke
Yeah.
hanging with Yoda. I really could. The
All
lightsaber is
right.
going to be a problem, but and the movement. I don't think he's ever fought somebody who can move like if we're talking old Yoda or talking young Yoda. If we're talking old Yoda, all he has to do
Yeah,
is pull the
flipping in the
solid
air
snake
Yoda.
move and then wait
Right.
2 weeks. I know that wasn't solid snake, whatever. All he has to do is wait 2 weeks and Yoda dies on his own.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's just
Speedy
like
is
when
called Red
Solid
Arrow.
Snake had Thor's hammer, and is that what we're going for? Is that what? All right,
Don't
and
worry about that. That was a great
Yeah,
game.
that's fine.
That turned out to not be Solid Snake, though,
No,
unfortunately.
okay. Oh, that's
It
right.
turns out Solid Snake never existed. In every single game, it's revealed it's
Wow.
someone else.
Okay,
Absolutely ridiculous. One more
this
battle.
is a we got one more from I believe Matthew Dawson posted this over on the Discord. Carnage versus Darth Vader. Which again, that's
That's really strong. I think Carnage wins that one. Vader, but it's Vader. He's
yeah.
Darth Vader. I mean, could he beat Carnage? I mean, I said before, Force Lightning might work, but we never really see Darth Vader use Force Lightning. But since when does that ever stop a Star Wars argument from arguing every single person who has the Force uses Force Lightning? I'm not going to name names or anything, but
Right.
Yeah, just saying.
I mean, yeah, Carnage is a character that I know a little about. I mean, I feel like that's the way it would go, but I definitely could use a lesson on that. Sure. So that
Well,
would
wait a
be
minute. Let me just
interesting to
check. Let me
hear.
just check with ChatGPT and see if
Yeah.
ChatGPT thinks that Darth
Sure.
Vader would use Force Lightning. I mean, that's how some
There you
folks do
go.
it.
That's right.
Well,
Before Ray
turns
does
out I
that,
don't use
let's move
ChatGPT.
on. We'll keep it going. But yeah, head over to the Discord. You can find that link pinned on our Patreon or in our link tree, which should be out there somewhere. And there's just tons of these like mini debates on there, some with polls, some without. And we've got all of the ones we listed. Matthew Austin had Clifford the Big Red Dog versus T-Rex, which is getting a lot of attraction.
Interesting. I like that.
We had I just posted one the other Skeletor versus Mumra, which I looked in the history and was like, how did they never cover this? So we'll see. But also,
yeah.
Ray asked not too long ago, and this you can answer on the Discord.
Oh yeah, that's our next thing on the rundown. Look at you being a professional.
I segued. Who could save the Nakatomi Plaza in Die Hard if you got rid of
the Die
John
Hard
McClane?
scenario is what we're calling it.
The Die Hard scenario, and this is, I think, the busiest thread on the Discord. So there's
I love
lot
that.
of answers.
I like when we ask a question that it's not like it's just off the top of my head. It was something I was legitimately thinking about. And
Yeah.
it's taking me a little bit of time. I think other people would have some fun with it as well. So we got quite a few comments on here with people's suggestions for the Die Hard scenario. We're going to read these out right here. William says Solid Snake. I mean, I'm not against the idea of doing Solid Snake versus the Die Hard scenario.
Sure.
But maybe one of these choices, we'll talk to chat, hit us up on Discord, see if we can center around a choice. I don't know. Yeah. But Sam, why don't you start us off here and we'll go back and forth.
Yeah, sure. Half Thumb Gamer has a bunch of them, says Scott Pilgrim. That sounds pretty good. Kick-Ass or Hit Girl. I feel like Hit Girl has this, and Kick-Ass would be more interesting. Lesser Batman, like the one from Mortal vs. Audio Dramas, ?
Wow.
And what about Malcolm Reynolds, a.k.a. Nathan Fillion from Firefly? Wow. That's really interesting, too.
So, wait a minute. I'm not just gonna pretend that this
We're just gonna let that dig go? All right.
I'm not going to let that dig go. That was absolutely outrageous. I have the one time today, me and Matthew Dawson will be aligned, as we say in corporate speak, is this. Matthew Dawson, the writer of the Mortalverse, myself playing Batman in the Mortalverse. That might be the most powerful version of Batman to have ever existed in media. That's all I'm going to say about that.
Okay. All right.
We have more choices. We got Ollie Lowe.
A ton more. Let's keep going. Yeah.
Mortalverse Batman may need his own episode. Well, you know what? I don't disagree with that, Matthew Dawson. We should maybe consider the Mortalverse as its own deal and go from there. Talk to my agent. Ollie Lowe, who may or may not be with us today, says Art the Clown. Art the Clown in the Nakatomi Plaza. I don't know, man. I think Art the Clown is a hard win against the Die Hard scenario.
All right.
He also says Kevin McAllister, and I know you want to talk about
that.
this, Sam Proof.
Yeah,
Kevin
I think
McAllister
that's
from
great.
Home Alone, Macaulay Culkin's character.
I think that's awesome. You know, when we were trying to think of things to do for our winter Christmas episodes, I put
It's
out
true.
there Kevin McAllister versus John McClane, but Kevin McAllister in place of John McClane feels even better. I think that's awesome. Now, whether he has the motivation to do all this, I don't know. Because once you bring in actual guns, he is a child. Like,
Well, that is a fact.
yeah,
That
I
is
don't think
the problem is he screams
Yeah.
and runs a lot. Maybe
Yeah.
not best in a diehard scenario.
maybe not, but
But
it would be amusing.
other suggestions, I'll bang through these. Rorschach from Watchmen, that's pretty good.
Great.
Crocodile Dundee, hilarious. I
Okay.
love it. Roger Smith from American Dad, that's
Sure.
interesting. And
Yeah.
Arya Stark from Game of Thrones. Man, would she know what a machine gun is? Enough to write,
Yeah,
ho, 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 I
that's-
have one.
Right. Yeah, that's an interesting one too. That's I don't think you have this one on the list, but I had put on there Beastmaster, who I thought that was the similar sort of vibe of
It's
like
interesting.
he doesn't know what guns are. So even though he has these animals to help do his bidding, yeah, he might just get killed because guns.
How
But I do
about
think
this?
Beastmaster.
How about Ash Ketchum from Pokemon armed with a Pikachu, a Bulbasaur, and a Snorlax?
Ooh, interesting.
Would Ash Ketchum with that loadout have a shot? You think William says that's a cakewalk.
I
Snurf
mean,
says,
Pikachu feels like
unfortunately, that's a lot of dead critters. I don't know.
maybe. All right, moving on.
Oh, yes.
Delvin
excuse me.
Cox
Hi,
said
Delvin.
Seabear and Jamal.
Seabear and Jamal. This is a
Deep cut.
reference once again to Knowing Is Half the Podcast, the G.I. Joe recap show.
Mhm,
I believe we might have we either watched this with Delvin or because Delvin
Okay.
told us we should. We
That's
watched
how
an
this
episode
came
of
in.
Seabear and Jamal, I believe
Wow.
from the 90s, and
Sure.
it
Yeah,
was
that sounds
not
about right.
good. As many shows we watch on Knowing Is Half the Podcast, it was painful. And
Yeah.
and we had a lot of fun with it. Go back on if you ever want to go check out an episode of Knowing Is Half the Podcast, go check out the Seabear and Jamal episode from I believe 2025, and you
The
will
irony-
enjoy it.
Here is that Seabear always wears sunglasses, and Delvin Cox notoriously called out one of our previous guests for wearing sunglasses in their debate. So,
Yeah.
so wow, just almost a Ray move. Anyway, moving on.
Look, I got a few more here. We got Forbidden Mob, who says Sergeant Slaughter, Frank
Okay.
Drebin from The Naked Gun, and of course Indiana Jones is a very interesting. Indiana
Those are
Jones in the
all
Die
very
Hard
good.
scenario. Very good.
All
Now
very
Sergeant
good.
Slaughter, I think he just runs forward and just takes it. Again, I would love to do a G.I. Joe character on this show. We've talked a lot about Knowing Is Half the Podcast, which we don't normally do
sure.
on the wrap up, but it keeps coming up over and over again. Interesting. Here's the deal. Put a pin in it. I think we will do a character from G.I. Joe at some point in the future.
Love it. John Shanks says Becky from Becky 2020 or Wrath of Becky 2023. And I've just watched both of these.
They're real. These are real movies. I'm laughing
This is a
because I've
real
never
movie.
heard of this. And the absurdity of these titles is wonderful.
This is absolutely a final girl kind of thing, except it is basically an only girl kind of situation where Becky finds herself against like a small gang of thugs or right-wing extremists. And it's very kind of throwback he's slasher, except it's Becky as, you know, not a slasher, but just a vigilante teenage girl doing what she does and destroying these people very graphically. It's
Wait,
so
starring
well
Kevin
done.
James and Joel McHale?
That is
What
the first
this
one.
movie?
Yes, it is. It is so good. Now, I saw them out of order. I saw Wrath of Becky first because that was what Netflix presented to me. And I was like, this looks cool. And you honestly didn't need to really see the first movie to have it make any sense whatsoever. There's maybe 2 minutes of like, oh, okay, that's what that thing is. But they're great. I enjoyed them thoroughly. I say everyone should go watch them. Get yourself some Becky. What?
I'm fascinated by
Do
this.
it. Yeah.
I mean, I'm on
Great.
board for Becky. I'm going to obviously have to see these movies. This looks amazing. We got, let's see. Matthew Dawson says Billy Butcher from The Boys. If he has the superpowers, then it's over quickly. But without the superpowers, interesting.
Yeah. Without the juice, I think that's definitely interesting.
Without the compound
Snurts.
V.
Yeah, no compound V. Snurt says Han Solo in the tower, Chewie as Caro Winslow. to
I
hang
mean,
out.
look, Snurts, I'm fascinated by this one too. Han
I love it.
Solo as John McClane with Chewie as the Carl Winslow character, whose name none of us know. That's Carl Winslow. The character's name
Yeah.
is Carl Winslow, as far as I'm concerned. And
But
that's great.
also,
Han Solo in the
as
tower,
a
Chewie as the
side
cop.
note to that, a lot of people have said that because he is a cop in this movie, and he was a cop on what was it, Family Matters? Is that right? Oh my
Oh, that
god,
it's a
it's getting
crossover?
late. Yeah, Chewie is now the dad in Family Matters who has to deal
I
with.
love that.
Did I do that?
Okay.
I love it.
Remake Family Matters with Chewie as the dad, you cowards.
Great.
I would love that. Oh, last one here. We got Guardian, who had to leave us earlier. He said, Spy Kids or The Crow? The Crow feels a little rough. I feel like The Crow would do him hard. The Spy
I
Kids
feel like
is
the
very
Crow just
interesting.
annihilates.
The Crow would go badly. That'd be like Art the Clown level of terror.
The Crow just blows the entire building up, right?
It's, yeah, The Crow, it ends with a lot of fire. That's all I know.
Does he even try to save the hostages? Maybe. All right. That's like Christine, the car.
Christine, the car is, we've talked about how to get Christine into a battle because I'll be honest with you, legit, go back and watch Christine. That movie is excellent.
So good.
A lot of those types of movies don't hold up, especially the Stephen King ones. Christine is one that I found absolutely did when I watched it about 4 or 5 years ago. I thought it was absolutely wonderful.
Yeah, I think so.
Christine versus Dominic Toretto. Well, hold on a sec.
Huh.
Oof. Dom Toretto picks that car up over his head and, gives it a backbreaker, I think. Anyway, couple more points here before we get out of here today.
Yeah.
Ollie Lowe is experiencing, regrettably, he's experiencing connectivity issues over in jolly old England, which is a big sadness. It's a big disappointment. We wanted his live reaction. I'll try to record something with him that we get on the final verdict of this show. You may have already heard it. What a delight. Anyway, we did movie night. We did it a couple days ago as we record this on Friday the 13th. We watched the best Friday. I bought it on DVD from the internet just so we could watch it here. And we watched Jason X. And it was, as always, awesome. It's the best Friday the 13th movie. It knows exactly what it wants to do, and it does it hilariously. It's one of the funniest movies. It's one of the most greatest action. It's absolutely wonderful. We watched it with our patrons. We'll do another one of these in April. I still owe William Schmidt Shaft when we had technical difficulties, which does happen. It's the nature of the beast. We got all those cleaned up now. So we will put 5 movies on the vote for April, but it'll only be available to choose for the people who are in chat. I'll find 5 good ones. We might recycle a few that we wanted to try to watch before, just to give them a better chance. That's my story there. Movie night, another reason to become a patron at patreon.com/who-would-win-masters. If you want to do a hangout for an evening on a Friday night, I'm here for it.
Nice. Yeah, and I got to watch just enough of Jason X because I had to take off early to remember how scandalous those movies are. I was like, oh, wow. I forgot what the 80s were like. All right.
80s. Well, this, to be fair, that movie came out in 2001.
Yeah.
2001, but don't worry about
inspired by the 80s. Anyway. All right.
Heavily inspired. Yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out Todd Farmer, who wrote that movie.
Yeah. Who apparently I've worked for. We figured that out live on the movie night, but that's a story for another time.
That's right. William Schmidt requests Blazing Saddles. I don't know. I don't know if we can let some of those words on the stream. I don't know.
That's true. We got kids watching, William. That might be a Patreon members only exclusive kind of thing.
Yeah, this might be a Ray only exclusive.
Yeah. There might be a show up at the house. We've been going long. This has been a long episode, so let's get into what we're watching and get out of here.
Last couple things here. Yeah, what we're watching. Look, I picked back up an anime. I've talked at anime on length. I enjoy anime. Since I turned 30, I don't connect with anime the same way I used to, although I still keep trying to watch them. So I went back to an anime from the 90s that only I know about. It's called Battle Athletes Victory. And it's hard to really explain what it is, but it's kind of a silly, fun, kind of female-driven, contained anime series that I bought on DVD, over 8 DVDs, back in like the late 90s, early 2000s, around the turn of the century. And I've been watching it. I'm 6 of the 8 discs completed.
Okay.
And it is just a wonderful show. It's silly. There's some parts that are a little cringy now in the year 2026. but overall, I had a really good time with it, and I've been enjoying it. It's a nice kind of comfort show. And if you feel like watching something that, Ray's enjoyed and it's a little older, it's a little slower, I think, than some other animes, but I find it to be just delightful. Battle Athletes Victory, a story of an intergalactic competition of humans, and they're competing. Some of their young women are competing in track and field events, but many times taken all the way to the extreme, and stuff that could never exist in real life. They're competing in, and they're trying to figure out the best of the best. And you're following your main character Akari. It's a big joy, and if you've never heard of it, you want to try it. It is streaming somewhere online. You don't have to buy all the DVDs like I did back in the day.
Nice. All right. I've been watching Search Party with Aaliyah Shawkat, who was maybe in Arrested Development.
Maybe.
And
why? I mean, to be fair, wait a minute. What do you mean maybe, Sam? I mean,
no,
she in it or not?
Yeah, no, Aaliyah Shawkat, yeah, she was 100% maybe in Arrested Development. So
no, but so do we need to go to IMDb? What are we doing here? Like she was in it or she wasn't?
I know for a fact that she was maybe
do you not know?
in Arrested Development.
This doesn't make sense to me, Sam.
Okay, let's move on. She was also in Search Party. So
maybe
this is maybe I don't remember her name in Search Party. I think it was Wednesday. No, that's a different thing.
What?
That's what? No,
oh
it's
God.
what is her name in it? I don't know.
Is this the Exit 8 all over again?
What was Exit 8?
Oh, that was my game I played on the stream. It was very confusing.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Okay, really quick because I want to move on to get stuff going. Search Party is this sort of weird, it's a comedy, but it's like a dark comedy. And she gets obsessed with this girl who goes missing from her town and starts investigating. And it is a comedy of errors. And it's very interesting. And she drags her friends into this wild goose chase, essentially. And the first season is amazing. And then the second season starts and it's here are the consequences of every single action you've ever had. And I was like, whoa, this is getting too intense. And I had to stop watching it. But the first season, fantastic. I'll try and get into the second season soon and report back on that. But I did enjoy the first season, maybe. So
I'll take it. Now, to go back to comfort shows, I don't know if I've talked about this. We all love it. Abbott Elementary is just an absolutely wonderful show. It's in its, I think, 4th season at this point. A big fan of Abbott Elementary. As far as network sitcoms go, you're generally going to get a lot of bad and not as much good. And then for a while that turned around with shows like Last Man on Earth and Brooklyn Nine-Nine. And now Abbott Elementary is a show I genuinely enjoy it. And if you haven't been checking it out, that is comfort food as a TV show, to the point where I was finding myself wanting to root for Philadelphia sports teams for the first time, just so those characters would be happy.
Nice. I might have to check that out. I actually just finished the last few seasons of Brooklyn Nine-Nine, and now I'm now I need something that fills that gap. All right. Yeah.
It's very much in that same vein.
Nice. All right. Good to know. We'll check that out. I got one more for tonight, and it is...
You got it.
I believe this was on Apple TV, and this stars Idris Elba. It's called Hijack, and the first season is... Have you seen it? It's him. He's on a plane that
I've
gets
seen
hijacked.
all of the first season, and I'm about 2 episodes, maybe 3 deep into the second season. It's a trip. Yeah, it's a trip.
Yeah, it is. It is a complete trip, and when it starts to go off the rails, it goes hard. It is such a good mind game. And going into the second season, having just watched Search Party, I was like, oh God, I hope the second season of this isn't, hey, you know what? All that crap you did in the first season's going to come back and haunt you. I was really worried. And then it's such a different, I never expected it to do what it did.
Nope. Nope.
Yeah, it's real good. So yeah, get in on that.
It's real good. I've enjoyed it. Matthew Dawson is requesting a Detroit Lions Sports Minute. Maybe I'll speak briefly on this right at the end of the episode so everybody else can click out. But there we go. Detroit Lions Sports Minute. It is free agency. The last thing I want to talk about for what we're watching is my horror slop. We've got 2 videos currently on our Patreon, and that would be, I mentioned before, The Cabin Factory and The Exit 8. I've recorded another one, and it's called That Is Not My Neighbor, another indie horror game that's very silly, very fun. And I've made the video. That video is going to be coming out this weekend for all you patrons out there, free and paid. You will all get access to watch it. And that is called That Is Not My Neighbor. It's about an hour-long video of me doing that. We're going to be putting more of those out there. Really, really enjoyed it. Should we talk about the next battle?
Yeah.
Sam, and then let people leave, and I'll mention Detroit Lions for 5 seconds.
All right, let's do it. Tell us what's coming up.
The next battle is going to be, oh, look right here. The next battle is Snake Eyes from G.I. Joe.
Now, we just said.
Crazy.
Who did this? We just said.
This is wild.
Never happening.
Wild.
Unbelievable.
A G.I. Joe battle. Wow. Okay. Well, who's Snake Eyes fighting? He's going to be fighting against Ranma Otome. If you don't know the show, it's an anime called Ranma One Half. You guys, It's a very classic old anime, about martial arts and whatnot. I will say right now, we're doing anime on the Who Would Win Masters show. If you want us to do anime on the show,
there you go.
Listen to the episodes. So very big show. Snake Eyes versus Ranma Seotome. Yeah. And who will I be facing on this show? None other than Robert Clark Chan of Knowing Is Half the Podcast will be my opponent on the very next episode. Get ready for this. He's been ducking this show for the entire first season after being such an integral part of the show before. But we got him back, ladies and gentlemen. We will be debating Snake Eyes versus Ranma Seotome. And I am excited for it. Sam, how do you feel about this battle going in? And Matthew wants to know, is it 80-time Judge of the Year, Robert Clark Chan? That is correct.
That's right.
One and the same. Let's see if he can debate as well as he judges, because sometimes he's not good at judging. I'll say it.
Yeah, well, wow. That's fine.
The rest of you can go home. For Matthew Dawson, 30 seconds on Detroit Lions free agency. Matthew Dawson, be worried. Be a little bit worried, because the Lions went into this offseason with no money to spend and very glaring needs, because the problem is their talent levels have been so high over the last 3 to 4 seasons. A lot of their role players that they had on very low contracts got much bigger contracts to go elsewhere, and we didn't have the money to pay them after paying all the superstars on the team. So the team has to go cheap and now has to find a bunch of players again, because all the players they already found are now making a lot more money elsewhere. Lopez went back to the Cardinals, and Alex Anzalone went to Tampa Bay. Kadeem Mohammed went to Tampa Bay as well, I believe. Look, we couldn't afford to bring all these guys back because there's only so much money in the salary cap. David Montgomery had to get traded away. So what he does, we signed Isaiah Pacheco from the Chiefs. He'll be a perfectly acceptable 1B as far as I'm concerned, as long as he comes back off his injury well. The point I'm trying to make is there have been some very, very good signings, value signings that Brad Holmes has done. Among them, Isaiah Pacheco. There's Christian Itzian from Tampa Bay. McCready as a cornerback that they just signed. There's a lot of very smart moves. And then they, most importantly, spent the money they got from Taylor Decker, this left tackle leaving, to sign a new center, the guy from Carolina. And he looks like he's the real deal. He could be the right guy. So that is my take. There's still more money because of the Jared Goff restructuring. Be a little bit concerned. I'm not as concerned now as I was on day 1 and 2 of free agency. I believe that they're going to use their first 2 picks to to draft a left tackle and an edge rusher. And I believe, especially come camp time, edge rusher quality, it gets cut for money. A lot of the times you'll be able to get somebody off the bargain bin. Was that longer than a minute? Maybe. Does anybody still hear? Probably not. That is all I have to say about Detroit Lions in this moment. I do follow the team.
All right, let's get out of here. We're closing the book on this battle, but the debate rolls on. You can jump into the Who Would Win Masters Discord. Let us know what you really think about this battle, who walked away with it, because we're at a deadlock. We're going to just keep looking back to this for eternity. Patreon is where all the official polls live, and that's where you can support the show, unlock more access. And if you've got opinions, head to the Discord arena. You find the link for that off of the Patreon at patreon.com/whowouldwinmasters. And if you think you've got what it takes to jump into the challenger's chair, record a 1-minute video demo, no matter what country you're in, send it to whowouldwinmasters@gmail.com, and hopefully we'll see you in the challenger's chair across from Ray in the future. Next week, we're back in the arena with a brand new battle. For Who Would Win Masters, this is Sam Proof. But wait, I want to take a minute to thank all of our new Patreon followers, and there's so many of you this week: Lewis Gerber, Corey Ackland, J. Torrey 13, Gerald Morley, Charles Woodward, Johnny B, Lena Liddy, Frankie Eastham, Trashy Bird, West Holt, Jen, Carrie, Jordan, thanks for the first name only guys, Brendan Smith, Alex Ion, and Charlotte. And a quick shout out to all of the awesome people who support the show and make this all possible: Dylan G, Matthew Dawson, William Schmidt, Douglas R, Nate, Eric Hiding, Lord Moxford, Forbidden Mob, Lord Snurts, Delvin Cox, and we will see you next time in the arena. Stay strong.